These videos are intended for an audience of 18 plus and may contain mature content. All readings are for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. Hi everyone, it's Natalie here, and today I am back with a webcam video. This is because we are doing a reading for Joy of Red Velvet. I do have a previous reading of hers if you want to check that out. I'll link in the description below. This one is brought to you from Etsy, so someone has purchased a reading specifically asking a couple of questions about Joy, and that's what this video is going to be. So if you have a favorite celebrity and you want to, I guess, sponsor or pay for a video to guarantee them getting a reading, then please do so on Etsy. Obviously I reserve the right to refund or not do specific readings if I don't feel that it's appropriate, but yeah, they are there. That is an option, and as always you can request them in the comments. I do have quite the list at the moment that I need to start getting through, so thank you guys for requesting, and thank you for purchasing this reading over on Etsy as well, to the person who did that. Alright, so I have gone through and shuffled all these cards quite a few times, but now we're going to focus on the questions, which is basically we're doing a general 2021 reading looking at career and love, kind of seeing if she's with anyone or who's most likely to show up, and a bit about that kind of person. So let's focus on career first. Alright, so focusing on career for 2021. Joy. So let's have a look. What's coming up for her career in 2021, please? And then I've got some oracle cards. I have another tarot deck here to clarify as well. So we'll see. This is the Mermaid Tarot that we're starting off with, which if you're familiar with my channel, you're probably familiar with this. Okay, so we're asking about career. There's money. Pentacles, Pentacles, Wands, and Cup. What else is coming up for her career in 2021? It's a few more cards to get started. Bottom of the deck energy, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Alright, I think we can see everything. So to start off with, we have Queen of Pentacles. This is representing independence. Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing, kind, loving, can sometimes be a mother figure. This could represent her energy as well, coming into the year, focusing more on career and independence. So that could be a significator of solo projects. It doesn't have to mean music, although it could, because this down here is like my songwriting card, though it is in reverse, so maybe it's in the background, things that may not come out in 2021. But that could be like the trying to perfect a skill or trying to get, a certain thing across. Here, where the opportunity, it's like she doesn't reach out and grab the first opportunity that comes to her. As you can see, there's a lot of different things here. This also talks about swift communication, so it's like being cautious instead of doing things too quickly. And the reason that things kind of slow down or are paced out instead of you know, that's exactly what I want and I'm just going to grab it and go with it, is more of an emotional imbalance with the Page of Cups in reverse. So I do feel like the offers that are given to her don't necessarily have her best interests at heart when it comes to her emotional well-being, and that could be why she's in a good money-making mode, so there should be some sort of activity going on there and prosperity. But whatever this is that she's been working on, she could have been working on this like currently, say in 2020, or from even before then, but we're looking at 2021, so it's kind of like this doesn't quite happen yet. We've also got a King of Wands energy connected to her. Could be a fire sign. This we have, so if there was a disappointment around this person in the past, that's kind of being healed here with Five of Cups in reverse. And that could be because of work, because we've got the Wands and the Pentacles together. This is the same person. And Five of Swords. So you've got 5 and 5. So this is definitely like a work connection. We did ask about career again. There's a lot of, it's just not the right time right now to move ahead. So in her life, this, and I should clarify that as well with some other cards, but just to finish my sentence, to me, I get the impression that it means that her focus in 2021 is actually going to be somewhere else, and it could be creative. With this, it could just be behind the scenes stuff. Maybe it's a family. Let's just see kind of where her focus is. We've got the Chariot. It's like moving ahead. 9 of Swords, anxiety. Ace of Swords, communication, new ideas and thoughts. 2 of Swords, indecision. Ooh, okay, mental health seems to be the focus. There's so many swords here. She's avoiding conflict. She's healing from betrayal. You know, that could have to do with people not offering you kind of exactly what it is you want. Completely ending a cycle. The World in reverse here I'm getting is like, nah, I'm done with that. I'm moving on. Now, just for example, I'm not saying that this is going to happen because I know that might freak people out. But if I was going to ask a question and just be like, oh, is somebody leaving the group or graduating, as they call it? The World in reverse would be like a indicator of that, because it's you're leaving one cycle. So like what I mean is like if you're changing a job, going from a engineer to a psychiatrist, or I don't know, like a completely different cycle. So whatever this is, I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it could very much be connected to her mental state, her mental health, her thoughts, her ideas, her inspiration, what inspires her, what motivates her here. And communication, so it could also speak to who she represents, as in, is she going to be representing more charities? Is she more fussy with the companies that she works with and what they're connected to and what they represent and what they, raise money for, how she operates in the world? And also, social media is a very strong influence when we have a lot of swords. So it could be using her platform for different uses. Could be bringing an awareness to anxiety and sleepless nights, and healing of betrayals and healing of connections and friendships. But there is still indecision about it that will be coming up, because that's an indication of not being satisfied where you are in your environment. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Here, connected to career, so that could be like, I want to change not companies, but like I said, she could just be getting more picky with who she works with. Oh, I don't want to represent this brand anymore. I would like to do this because of XYZ reasons. It keeps me up. This could even have to do with behind the scenes stuff. It's like, oh, I don't feel comfortable because of the morality of certain people, you know. Or how they treat her. Yeah. And then we've got the Fool and the Empress. I was going to say how they just are more dismissive of her is kind of what I was going to say there. But the Empress is her having full self-mastery. So that's kind of the goal of 2021. That's where she's going to be pushed towards. That means there's probably going to be quite a few obstacles, hiccups, things that come along, like I said, completely ending certain cycles of getting rid of either toxic people or environments with that 10 of Pentacles. So it could be moving house even, or buying a new house, going somewhere, being more independent. And but I do see it would be a gradual change because of the indecision. It's like, you know what you need to do, but you have the inability to make that decision for some unknown reason. And that's because Spirit is pushing you and guiding you. Your intuition is pushing you. You've got hunches, you've got signs being thrown at you, but you have to take the leap of faith with the Fool card. It's like, usually he's kind of like at the edge of the cliff and he could fall off. Sometimes it can be about being foolish or being perceived as being an idiot, or, you know, like you're just like, wee, I'm going to go do this. And people are like, what the hell are you doing? But this is coupled with the Empress energy, so it's about full self-mastery. So even if other people... This is resonating with one of the other Red Velvet members. There was something that I said about them is like, oh, people won't understand why they're doing what they're doing. There's a little bit of that in this as well. So I don't know if that was her reading. I think it was somebody else's. I don't know. I'd have to watch them all over again. But that's kind of what I see is her moving towards more independent. Empress sometimes represents wife, Six of Cups, family, soulmate connections. This could also be Red Velvet as a family. Six of Wands, that's not getting a victory. Ace of Pentacles to do with career, connected to the family. Yeah, there was kind of a wake-up call that they don't... Like, signs were there that something wouldn't work out because of selfless behavior. I feel like there's a lot of people-pleasing in this as well. Yeah, people-pleasing, trying to... See, there's another one. That's about compromise and relationships and connections with other people, but in reverse, I'm seeing that she, for her specifically, I don't know if this is with other members, with the company, but it's obviously connected to her. This is her reading. There is this element of overcompensating. There could be, what's it called? Like how there's different fight and flight responses, but hers would be what we call fawning. Which is the people-pleasing, trying to make everyone happy and just hoping that everything will be okay. You know, it's like, oh no, that's okay, and you kind of trying to control the emotional, I guess, state of the situation, trying to keep things calm, but in doing so, you are compromising. Like you're not compromising, you're giving up everything because you're doing everything so that the other person's happy. So it's not a healthy compromise. That's why that's in reverse. And the wake-up call, like there have been things around her where she knows that this behavior needs to change, but it hasn't yet. And then here's our Wheel of Fortune upright. So this is just going to be one of those things where it's enabling her to recognize it. Like I said, she's going into her Empress energy, so it's about full self-mastery. So this just happens to be one of those situations, possibly connected to a fire sign, possibly connected to someone younger than her. Could be male, doesn't have to be. Fire sign could just be the personality type. If you think of like how would you categorize that? Very passionate, very creative, you know. Yeah, and I do feel like her words, what she says, get taken out of context by higher-ups connected to work. Yeah, so there is a little bit of mismanagement in that sense. She's not being taken seriously enough, and then it's like you try to do things. There's a lot of... All the knights and pages are showing up here. So there's a lot of people around her. This is like community. But her focus is really within herself, introspection, going within. Inside that lantern is the star, so the star card, which is our hopes and dreams, our wishes, and we're using that to light our way. We're going within ourselves to discover what that is, or the multiple things that is. And you don't have to just have one dream. You know, one of your dreams could be to have kids, but then you could also want to have your own business. Then you could also want to work with, you know, different charities, and you could also want to have a hair salon and be a boot maker. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could have heaps of dreams. You don't have to just have one thing. So she's probably trying to figure out what to do, because there's a lot of things that she would like to do, and that people-pleasing tendency would make it hard. There's the perfecting of a skill. There's the happiness, masculinity, and what's connected to that? Is it Leo, I think? And then there's Queen of Wands. So that's more her energy. So once she actually just gets down to work, goes within herself, that'll be like later in the year. So there may be like a is it called hiatus? Like where they take a break or something, and she's just working quietly, and people are like, oh, when's the new release coming out? What's happening? And you just, it's just like radio silence for a little bit. Yeah, she's going to kind of regain her own power and happiness within that, because it's like you're just focusing on what it is that you want to do. Even if it was just like drawing or something, it's like, oh, I'm just sitting at home drawing my little artworks, and like, but really like getting fulfillment out of it. Alright, and learning to recognize opportunities that aren't good for you, that you decide that you're not going to take because they're imbalanced and people drop the ball, and then that is standing up for yourself. Sometimes it's standing up for yourself even against yourself. Sometimes it's like fighting your own inner demons, that card, because you can't really see anyone else. It's just the ones. And I do feel like that's her figuring out how to prioritize her different passions and what it is that's important to focus on, and when to kind of shift and then go back to things. Having multiple things could be a really good way for her to, I guess, like sometimes some people have one thing and they really focus on that and that's good for them, and others, they focus on that and then they can get stuck. So having like multiple things is kind of more where she is, where she'll switch from one to the other, but eventually get things done. And then there's putting down the burden, waiting for things to happen. This is like spirit or God bringing in something to you that you've manifested. So that's coming in, and it's to work, collaborate with somebody. And create something, the Magician card, so making magic. And it's something that they've been waiting for a long time because they've been resisting this change in her career. So that would be a definite change that's resisting, because it's like, oh, so many options of what we can do, or are you sure this is the person that you want to collaborate with, because look at all of this. And it's like, no, but not all these cups are positive. There's snakes and nasty things in some of them. Some have castles and gems and jewels, but some aren't good for you. And this is kind of moving away from drama to calmer waters. Drama to karma. Going back to the things that you know that you love. Back to, see, this is connected with an individual around her. So that would mean she's working with someone. Someone who has similar experiences to her when it comes to people not taking them seriously. I don't know if this is a female or a male, but they've got cups and wands energy around them. So this is different than that other wands energy in the beginning. I mean, they could be, what's the word? Is it androgynous or something? I'm sorry if that's the wrong word, but do you know it, like, when you see a person, and you can't really tell what gender they are, or it's like a girl who wears boys' clothes, or a boy who wears girls' clothes, or something, like, something like that. They're a bit, creative. Somebody like that, that's kind of who I see. So that's career. I'm going to have to shuffle all these really good now. That's career. Oh my goodness. Make sure I don't get them mixed up. What was that? Now I've just got to get it all sorted again. Excuse me. This is the Gilded Tarot, I think this one's called. The number one complaint people have about this deck is that it's not actually gilded. I don't know why. It's like, if you're going to call it that, it probably should be, but doesn't matter. Okay, Shuffle. Do I think love and career crossover? I don't really think so, but we will see as we go into the next bit. Just trying to shuffle them all again. Alright, love. Well, I said that and those two came out straight away. So that's 8 of Wands, which is communication, possibly online, sending messages back and forth to somebody who may have, that I don't know if she's had past partners, but this would indicate like a separation or a silence or a ghosting or something, and then the person comes back and is like, hey. Hey. Jeez. I can feel people rolling their eyes already. You know what I mean. People do that. Oh my god, I like missed you so much. Like, really? Then why didn't you do anything about it? Or what are you gonna do about it? Like, come on. It's like, what do you want me to do about it? You're the one that missed me. I need more information, you know? There's a lot of cards here. Okay. The ones at the bottom, that's the Hierophant and the Sun. Okay? So I'm just gonna pop that down there so that we can kind of see everything. And the bottom of the deck is Knight of Pentacles in reverse. There we go. Alright, so let's have a look at her love life. Yeah, like I said, possibly someone who ghosted her or who, you know, was silent. Hey, how are you? You're like, I wasn't manifesting this. I wasn't waiting for this. What are you talking about? 8 of Cups again. This is another indicator of somebody who left, who emotionally disconnected and who just vacated the area, and now they're coming back. Now they regret it. They're very impatient. They didn't want to wait for the right time. They're just like, oh, hi. Like I said before. Hey, oh my god, I really missed you. Oh my god, how have you been? I hope they don't talk like that. I don't know why that's what I'm getting. It's just, to me, whenever I hear that, it reminds me of high school and girls talking crap who are completely insincere. That's what it reminds me of. It's no offense if you talk like that. That's just kind of like my point of reference, I guess, for that type of energy. Yeah, emotionally imbalanced, not responsible for themselves, somebody who probably is a bit of a player. You guys probably don't want to hear this, but they don't really see her value. They're just upset because there was some sort of divine intervention and they now see an opportunity to rebuild. It's kind of like, well, the storm's past now. Let's get a dark mirror oracle on this biatch. Not Joy, whoever this person is. Yeah, but she's standing in her own power. This came up in the career reading, you know, it's kind of like they see things going well for her, or if this is someone behind the scenes, like I said, that period of where she's working on herself, maybe they just hear about things and then they're like, oh, hey. Yeah, so she has a lot of anxiety still, though, even though she comes across as quite a confident person towards them. Sacrifice. Yeah, Empress in reverse. It's like not really. And Magician in reverse. This person feels like they can manipulate her into getting what they want. And they could even be trying to manipulate a relationship or a connection because they see that as their happiness, but they're going about it the wrong way. They're not really thinking about her there's no like emotions here. I don't see any of that. Then this is an idea. They kind of see her like a possession is what I'm getting. Yeah, they're going to come back with an apology. They're going to be like, oh, you know, you sacrificed so much for me, or I sacrificed so much for you, whatever that specifically is talking about, which we can clarify. Yeah, this person is just, they're, that says atonement, that says envious and gluttony. They've seen this opportunity that she's healed, and there is now an opening for them to come in. And they're trying to manipulate her feelings, possibly. Yeah, because she's the Empress in reverse here, so they're trying to manipulate her nurturing, like, nature. Yeah, today for tomorrow. And they just kind of want to see what they can get out of it, forgetting oneself. This person does not know their place. They are definitely hiding their true selves with this. They attract negativity, they attract drama. That's like it comes from them. They're the kind of person who says, oh my god, I don't like drama. All my ex-girlfriends or boyfriends were crazy. But they don't realize that they're the, you know, common denominator in all of those situations. That it actually is emanating from them. And the other people aren't crazy. They're just reacting to your poor treatment of them. You know, child I was meant to be. This person could have been famous or had been working or doing something from when they were a kid, or maybe just the way that their family was, that maybe they had parents who passed away or whatever, and they were responsible from a young age. And there is some anger and chains and what would you call this? Resentment, entitlement is the word I'm getting about this. But I do feel with the Triumph of Lives card, that means that the truth is going to come out. Oops, where was that? I saw the obsession card and then it just faded away. So quietly obsessed, trying to hide it. Obviously they are, but this just kind of means that eventually, like, even if communication starts and this moves forward a little bit, eventually, because the Triumph of Lies is there, it means that whatever is false, you know, whatever mask this person is wearing, she will be able to see through it. She has very strong intuition, but she does have a very big heart and a nurturing nature, like I said, which this person's trying to manipulate and take advantage of, which is probably what gives them access to her in the first place. I don't know if any of that... I was going to clarify something, wasn't I? And then I didn't. What are they atoning for? They're going to come in with an apology about something. Whatever it is, it's BS. Like, oh, I'm sorry I slept with this. You know, not that they were in a relationship, because we don't know that, but that's just kind of what it comes across to me. It's kind of like, oh my god, I just, like, tripped and fell, and my parts ended up in their parts, and oh, it's just totally an accident, like, you know, some gaslighting BS. Whatever. There could have been, this could be some period of time in between though, which is why they see. There's definitely a reason that this person comes back in, and because they see, like I said, an opening, an opportunity. So they could be watching her, like that obsession that they were trying to hide. Is definitely there. So can we get an idea of kind of what that person is atoning for, or what they did? Four of Pentacles, they were incredibly selfish. They withdrew communication and affection, and they went after a job opportunity. Yeah, they were very manipulative and controlling, is that the right word? Controlling with their communication with her. So it's kind of like they'd see your messages, then they would ignore it, but you could see that they'd seen it, and then they would come back at you, you know, kind of like playing with your feelings, a bit like that. That's the Lost Hope card, because the Star in reverse. And then the Emperor, definitely this person sees her as their match, as like a potential marriage match, but this person is more in the controlling energy, and their mistake was that they were very selfish. Like I said, their communication was rubbish, and they just kind of would withdraw it. This is the kind of person who maybe they see that as a punishment, or you're annoying me, I'm going to do this to hurt you. Like I said, high school BS. Petty BS. Like, why do people put their energy into that? Just be happy. Just do your own damn thing. You know, but this person definitely took a work opportunity over her for some reason. They, like I said, sense of entitlement. Maybe there was a bit of jealousy between this person and her for some reason. Or maybe they were trying to control what opportunities she took. You know? Kind of like how you might have a partner who's like, why did you take that? Oh my god, I had that happen once. Why did you get that job? They literally rang me. This must be relevant to her. So, that's why I'm telling it. I was like, what, 15 or something? However old you can be when you get a job. And then I got like a job at a fast food place. And then this bee rings me crying. This person was a very manipulative person, so the tears were not genuine, let me assure you. And they were basically like, well, you won't spend that time with me, and now you have less time to spend with me. And they were just like coming up with all these weird things that had nothing to do with it. And eventually, because this person had been manipulative and, you know, quite for a long time before that, I had had enough at that point, and I basically just told them, well, I wasn't going to spend that time with you anyway, like, you know, like why are you upset? Why are you upset that I'm working? You know, like, what does that have to do with anything? Anyway, so there's some sort of, like, situation like that. So that would indicate emotional manipulation, that they would just kind of run through every kind of emotion until they get what they want. Is that a bit of a narcissistic trait? I don't know. Whatever it is. It's like, well, the person that I'm getting to that I knew, you know, the reference connected to, like, that's kind of what I see. It's like that personality. Great. Avoid that person, please. That's not, don't go there. So obviously they've already had some sort of interaction in the past. And then they just see this as an opportunity to come through again. Alright, but ultimately she's focusing on her work. The Empress was upright with that. Not only her work, but like I said, perfecting a certain skill. There's the moon. So we know everything that we need to know about what she's focusing on already. And when we're supposed to know more, then she will reveal it. It's also got the crab or Cancer depicted down here, which is like the hard outer shell and the squishy soft innards. Very emotional, very caring, but doesn't always come across that way. Carrying other people on your back and letting go of that betrayal. So this is speaking more about, about that. I don't have to pull any more of these cards. About that situation. Okay. Maybe staying longer in a situation than you should have in the past. Or, well, not that you should have, but that you got stuck. Because of the people-pleasing behaviour. See, this is coming full circle back to the other part of the reading. So it's definitely a self-mastery year for her. She's got a lot going on. She's got some old baggage, whoever this person who's trying to connect with her in a love situation, as well as a little bit in work. People coming through trying to manipulate her and repeat old patterns, and it's like, are you going to still be people pleasing, and how are you going to refine your personality to get what you need, you know, but it's still like learning not to feel so shitty about it every time you set a boundary. Maybe she hasn't been allowed to have a lot of boundaries in her life, or they've been set for her by other people. You know, and it's sort of just sit there, be quiet, do what you're told, and now it's grow up time. Step into your Empress energy time. Self-mastery time. Alright, so what else? Let's get a crystal for her from the crystal deck. So it'll just kind of be an energy around her, or if you guys are fans of hers, this could be a good resonance to her energy. Alright, that one? Kunzite, rhodite, and whatever this one is, and I'm gonna get to them. I saw leopardite there as well, if you know what that is. Hiddenite. Oh, that's a pretty one. Rhodonite. Oh, I know that. This is very popular in like these kind of bracelets. I know you can get that. I think I bought that for someone for Christmas last year. Okay, so let's start with Kunzite. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of this. So these crystals could be really good for you guys to get, like I said, if you're a fan of hers, resonating with her energy, or just things to kind of focus on. These are also really good colors for her. These sort of pinky purples, we've got some earth tones, and we've got this sort of aqua blue color. So colored clothing, color things if you want to kind of amp up her energy. Alright, so Kunzite. What is it? It is a high vibe lithium infused lilac pink stone that glows with an energy that could be described in a word as cuddly. I like that one. Who needs it? Anyone with a heavy heart about something. Collectors of good vibrations. Where to put it? Place on your heart and breathe deeply of Kunzite's cotton candy essence, or hold your left hand and hold it in your left hand and whisper sweet nothings to yourself. Oh, so this is a really good like heart chakra healing stone, you know, or good manifestation stone, especially for healing, self-love, lifting your vibration. When to use it? Call on Kunzite after a breakup or a major disappointment, or when you're beating yourself up about something. You don't need permission to be here, you belong. If you forget that, pause, tap into Kunzite's pink prismatic vibration and let the love rule. Open up your love channel. So that's that one. Now, rhodonite. What is it? With a palette of deep pink and black, rhodonite gets its name from the Greek word of rosy. Who needs it? Potential wasters. Those deeply sighing, oh, I hate my job types. Sagittarius. Oh my god. That could be to do with the change of what were we saying? Environment, that 10 of Pentacles. Changing up your environment, like, you know, getting yourself in a better place. Okay, where to put it? Against your open heart, another heart chakra stone. Begging the universe to tell you what the fuck you should be doing with your life. Great. When to use it? When that cubicle life has got you down. I think that's what that says. Cubicle, whatever. When life's got you down. When it's time to drop the people pleasing. Oh my god. What was I saying about her? It's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and start doing something that really lights you up. What is she doing? She's focusing on what her passions are, and I feel like it's multiple things, and perfecting a skill and going from one thing to another, back to the other thing, to something else, and then back, you know. That's kind of her focus. So, when you're ready to use your real unique powers to actually make this rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place, go with your heart. That's this one. So that is a really good one to have. Alright, now we've got Hiddenite. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it's Hiddennite. Alright, maybe I'll turn these over so you guys can see. You probably can't read it anyway. I'll hold it up close in a minute. So what is it? A very... Oh no, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that. Spodumen? What? A variety of spodumene. Sorry, my dyslexic self. Spodumene. Whatever that is. Hiddenite's green aura emanates the warm and fuzzies. If you tap into the stone's frequency and feel the buzz, you must have a big heart. Use it. Yeah, I was going to say, this is, if it's green, then it's heart chakra again. So 3 heart chakra energies. Who needs it? French existentialists? Future trippers, bad romantics. Okay, yeah, that toxic person from your past, we're cleansing that energy. Thank you. whether that was a friend or a lover. It came up in the love part, but you know. Where to put it? Hiddenite like its cuddly pink cousin Kunzite. Oh my goodness. She's got that. She's got the cousin. You've got the cousin. Should be aimed at the heart. When to use it? When you find yourself stuck in the past. That past person. Or focus too much on the future. Hiddenite is down to make the most of every moment. If you're in a rut, call on Hiddenite to help you love your way out of it. Claim your happy place. Alright, so honestly, I don't know if it's going to focus enough, but you can pause it if you need to. You should be able to at least see how it's spelt so that you can do your own research. This one I know is easy to get. I'm not sure about the other ones. All heart chakra. I feel like a lot of these are actually interchangeable energy, so that's probably why we've got these three that have come up. Like I said, if you're just a fan of hers or you're looking for something, then these could actually be really good, or if you resonate kind of with her story in the situations around her, they could be good things to have around. Because you can use it to send positive energy, not only her way, but for you as well. So if you want to use it in your own spiritual practices, you know, definitely healing, self-mastery, a lot. It's like all heart chakra energy is here. So that's, love is a big part of that. But it's mostly self-mastery, self-love, and boundaries. And again, that people-pleasing aspect. And cleansing stuff from the past, recognizing manipulative behavior, and figuring out how to, I guess, be in this world and not like... It's really hard to get out of that people-pleasing kind of fawning mode. So I do feel for her. Alright. But best of luck to her. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Again, thank you so much for booking this over on Etsy, I believe. That I went into all of the questions. I didn't go too much into the type. Well, I did go into the type of person, whoever that is that's showing up. I don't feel like that's like a marriage person. I don't feel like that's a forever person. It's the only energy that's really showing up in love right now, though. So, like I said, I feel like her focus is elsewhere, which is good. She is healing that, though. So that's why it's come up, and a lot of heart chakra energy around her. So... let me know what you guys think of the reading. Maybe come back later on and see how it goes at the end of 2021. Timelines and timing is a bit difficult, but yeah, that was the intention of the reading. So thank you again for booking this on Etsy. To the person who did that, thank you. And if you guys would like to book a personal reading as well, you can do that on Etsy from the 25th of November to the 24th of December. I've got 20% off for Christmas, so get in on that. I don't do sales all the time, but I do like to do them. So that's personal readings only. The celebrity reading is not on sale. That's just normal price. But alright, so thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. I hope this helped bring you insight and clarity around her and the year to come, and I wish you guys all the very best. Bye bye.